Welcome back to CruiseIn. As we told you, we recorded this in late April, and in early April, we're like, oh man, how are we going to do virtual cruise-ins? We're thinking about it. Meanwhile, in Ashtabula, Max Sprague wasn't just thinking about it, he was doing it. Max joins us now. Max, thanks so much. I got to ask, man, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? What did you expect would happen with a social distancing cruise-in?
Well, I was trying to figure out, I run a car show page on Facebook. We've got 20,000 members. And all the guys are just chomping at the bit to get out in their cars. And I've trying to figure out a way to keep them apart, get out and do some good. So we took a cruise. We met at a park, and it was amazing. When I got to the park, there was people sitting. Women had taken chairs and put a huge circle where they were 6 to 8 feet apart, and they were sitting there talking. And it was actually just really good, clean American fun. Then we got the cars there and got to talking. You know, we're yelling across the parking lot to each other. And then we got in the cars and took the cruise. And part of the cruise was actually to go to a nursing home. The nursing home was, those people have been locked down longer than the rest of us. And their lockdown has been more severe because they're actually locked in their rooms. So it's 4 walls. And I felt so bad. So I called the nursing home and said, if I bring some cars through there, would it brighten their day? And they said, sure would. So we went to the Lantern of Saybrook, and I did one of the most powerful pictures I've ever seen. Someone actually taking a picture of someone in a window.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the person inside the window was just grinning from ear to ear.
All right, here's my question. As you were driving by, did you see any of the residents pounding on the window saying, that's my car?
No. No, the car owners were in their own cars, but we get that all the time where people want a certain car to drive past on their birthday. In fact, I'm doing one later today for someone on their birthday. And it's just amazing what a tie cars become to people.
And that's
becomes part of their it becomes part of their DNA.
And that's one of the great things about just doing the show and going to a normal circumstances cruising is people are sitting in front of your cars and everyone has a story, and then it always triggers something in your mind. But I got to ask, what did you expect when you basically had to cut that part of the show out?
Well, that's why we were trying to come up with the different version, because I love car shows. I love going to them. I love talking to guys about their cars. I love getting under their hoods and seeing what they got. I love feeling the roars when they start their motors. But times are changing. We're going to have to come up with a new way to enjoy the hobby, and this is what I come up with.
And you had some really cool cars there. I got to ask you, there was one, and I think it was, and it's hard to tell because obviously I'm in New York. I couldn't be there. But some amazing cars there. But there was a Ford coupe, I think it was a Ford coupe. What was that? Looked like a 1930s. What was it?
I don't remember the year.
Oh, you're my expert. Come on.
Caught me off guard. But we had an old Willys. We had Studebakers. We had, my wife's signaling me. It was a 40.
Yeah, there we go. Way to get the assist off camera.
She's, we recently got married. She's a car nut like I am, so I threw her a surprise wedding at a car show just before all this stuff happened.
You couldn't have held out and done it on one of our shows? Come on, Max. I thought we were tight.
Well, the way things worked out, it worked out for the better because we're not having any shows.
Well, yeah, there is that.
We got married at a Valentine's show down in Columbus.
Terrific. All right. So what we've learned from doing a virtual car show is they can be successful, and probably the key is having the Easter Bunny ride in a VW thing, which I thought was kind of weird because you thought he would have gone with a VW Rabbit.
Yo, I know. We didn't have a Rabbit available.
So I know you said since we recorded this, you actually have done a couple more shows. But I think one of the big things that I don't want to overlook is the Guardians USA Vets. Tell me about that. We were raising money for them.
Yeah, with the shows I do, I like to do a lot for the veterans, and I joined the Guardians so I could help raise money for veterans. And every penny we raise, 100% of it goes to our local veterans right here in Northeast Ohio.
Well, we really appreciate what you do. I also got to tell you that we appreciate the fact that not only were you putting this virtual cruise-in together, but you were our cameraman. And I think what's most impressive is your attention to detail. Because I got to tell you, I don't remember any other of our photographers making sure to get the ducks, the geese, and the swan.
That was part of the fun.
Here's the duck and swan pond. Got ducks, geese, swans.
I love that little park. That's where we met. And there's just so much in Ashtabula. We've got one of the streets we went down was one we called Bridge Street. It's got a lift bridge, and it was recently named America's Main Street. It is really a cool little place to go.
I'll honestly say, without sucking up, whenever I've come to Ashtabula and like been there on the lakefront, I'm like, I should come back here more often. And naturally, now I'm stuck in New York.
Well, when you get out, come on. We'll go down and we'll get some barbecue.
All right, you, me, and the bunny, and a VW rabbit. Max, thanks so much for joining us, buddy. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure.
We've got more cruising coming up. As a matter of fact, when we come back, the Buckeye guys hit the floor. Actually, they're putting in some sheet metal in a classic Ford Bronco. More cruising on the way.